It's day 15, leaving camp this morning a little after 6:30, and it was a crowded camp last night. It was nice to have everybody around. We stayed right next to a creek. Said goodbye to the Weavers, who've actually been with us since the very first day. They started at Happy Isles on June 16th, the same day that we did, and we met them that very first day, and I'd probably been hiking together with Chris and Landon more than anybody else, actually, during the middle of the day. So wish them well, hope they get to Whitney when they want to, and we're gonna take that day that we go into Independence, and they aren't, so they'll get there first. But it's worth the opportunity to get into town before we go on to Whitney. So have a good attitude about today. Yesterday wasn't great, but hopefully today will be a lot better. Pretty nice way for the trail to start out in the morning. It's beautiful. I love hiking in the morning, especially when you get to see views like this. It's awesome. The cool air helps too. So I watched hikers go over this awesome suspension bridge, and they were really rattled by it because it rocks all over the place. But I had a leg up on them. As my dad will remember, the old bridge across between the 7th and 8th holes at Stockbridge was much shakier and wobblier. And all those times I got to be with him at the Stockbridge golf course, walking over that bridge prepared me well. So that was fun. So after the suspension bridge, I'm starting my ascent up to Glen Pass, which is the next to last pass before Whitney. It goes Glen and then Forester and then Whitney. So I've been climbing a little, that's why I'm huffing and puffing, but I love the climbs. Right now during the hike is where you make one of those risk-reward calculations. The sun just came up over the mountains, so it's getting hot, and the mosquitoes are biting. So I have to make a decision whether to keep a long sleeve shirt on to protect against the mosquitoes and overheat, or get the short sleeve on to be cooler and run the risk of getting bitten by mosquitoes. I chose short sleeve because the heat's getting to me already and the sun is just coming up over the mountains. So I may be regretting it and getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, but can always put the shirt back on. One thing that's been nice is that when I resupplied at Muir Trail Ranch, I had 6 days worth of food in my bear canister. So I've eaten my way to a lighter pack, which is awful nice. And I don't mind putting another 4 days in the pack when I get to Independence, because that means those are the last 4 days of the hike. But it definitely feels better with a lighter pack. And here's where I'm headed, up the trail. Can't stop long in here. This just screams the M word. It's pretty, but I don't want to linger in here. So when you come to these streams, you gotta try to figure out which are the best rocks to hop on. Is there a log that I can cross? Looks like I got those options, but this one looks like one of the tougher ones. So here I go. Well, that was my least successful water crossing. Definitely got my right foot soaked. Made the wrong path choice, but it's okay. Sometimes when I hike looking forward, I miss the unbelievable views looking back. Well, I know I'm going to jinx myself, but so far the calculated risk paid off. So much happier that I took the long sleeve off, and I think I only got 2 mosquito bites on the way, so not bad, and continuing up to Glen Pass. One of my favorite things about the trail is it has these turns where it just seems like it falls off the edge. Getting close to the Ray Lakes area. The reviews on that area are supposed to be the area is supposed to be amazing based on the reviews. So looking forward to seeing it. The climb up to Glen Pass definitely hasn't disappointed. This has been impressive. Love it up here. Well, as I get closer, it's pretty easy to tell why people think so highly of Ray Lakes. Wow. Whew. I am totally sold on Ray Lakes. What a spot. It's unbelievable. Sutton's found a pretty darn good swimming spot for lunch. Nice. Of course, when I saw Josh jump in the lake, I had to join in the fun. Lunch with the Suttons on a perfect Ray Lakes. I was looking for a good after lunch water source because I had run out of water. And here it is, coming right off the mountain and going down into the lake. So I'm going to fill up. The way up to the pass, the Glen Pass is steep after Ray Lakes, definitely. There's where we began the big ascent. Getting there, a little out of breath, but getting there. Suttons are on their way up, like little ants. Glen Pass, since Ray Lakes is almost straight up, it's a challenge. Right down there is where I was when the Suttons were where I am a few minutes ago. So that's great. There's another lake down there. Beautiful. So great place for a permit check. The ranger is checking my permit halfway up Glen Pass. So, do I pass?
Looks official.
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
Is your ranger station down at Ray Lakes?
I work out of the one in Charlotte, but I spend a lot of time backpacking.
Oh, that's great.
Head
Well,
out for
enjoy.
nights.
Thank for everything you're doing.
Yeah, take
Made
care.
it to the top of Glen Pass. Yes. And the wind's gonna blow me off. That's where we came from. The sun's right there. Wow. It's unbelievable. Nice work. So what do we have? Forester left. And then Whitney.
Charged twice.
But is that part of the JMT?
Doesn't matter, we still have to do it.
Made up and over Glen Pass. I'd say that was my favorite pass of the trip so far. Forester left, but tomorrow into town. So I temporarily split up with the Suttons so that they could go make a campsite right off the JMT, and then I'm going to try to see if I can get cell reception over at Kearsarge Pass and see if the shuttle driver will pick us up early tomorrow. But this Kearsarge trail is just crazy beautiful too. Well, after I got to Kearsarge Pass, I did get cell reception, but unfortunately the Mount Williamson motel where we were getting our shuttle from didn't answer the phone and didn't respond to my voicemail message. So I was really stuck, and I hiked down to Onion Valley, and I was in the parking lot. It was just getting dark and cold, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. I was stuck. Then out of nowhere, these three awesome people arrived. They're Zach, Maddie, and Claire. They are recent graduates of Johns Hopkins University who are doing the JMT in a couple days. They're starting their journey, and they were filling their resupply buckets and putting them in the bare boxes at Onion Valley. And I asked them for a ride, and after they got over the initial shock of my request, they agreed to take me down to the bottom of the hill. Maddie, Claire, and Zach have given me a ride. There they are. Down from Onion Valley, and this has to be the most bizarre JMT experience. They're doing the JMT starting when, you guys?
The third.
The 3rd. And they were so nice with a packed car to help me. So thank you guys. So I lucked out, and Geeta helped me with, even though there's no vacancy at the Courthouse Motel, she allowed me to stay tonight, and I really appreciate it.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much for staying with us.
I'm the one who appreciates it. Take care.
Okay. You